Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulil Kareem amma ba'd. So this is ruled primarily in retaliation for what the Shias are trying to do against Sayyidina Aisha anha. So what I'll do here is demonstrate some of the immoralities, a few immoralities. There's plenty, but from the text, there's a few which I want to point out. One of them is the Imams lack haya from their books, not from our books, but from their books. And I'll share the narration with you where this is the case. Just give me a second, I'll share the narration. So this narration is in Al-Kafi, and I'll also show you the authentication by Majlisi. So in this narration, it mentions that, in a nutshell, it mentions that someone was watching the Imams urinating, and he was actually pouring water for him. So this is again tahaya, like how can you have a man watch you urinate and pee, and whilst another man is watching you, and then he's also cleaning, pouring water for you over you. So this is immoral act. This is lack of haya from their own books, showing there's a lack of haya. This is one thing. This is one immorality. Second thing, we find pornography is actually invented by the Imams. Pornography is invented by the Imams. I'll show you the narration. Okay, so in this narration, it's been authenticated by Majlisi. Al-Hadith Athani wal-Arba'un, and then it says Muwathaq kal-Sahih. So it's a reliable narration. It says, Ja'far al-Sadiq, the Imam, right, was asked, Abi Abdullah was asked about a man who has intercourse with a slave girl from his concubines. And with him in the house is someone who sees and hears this. And he says there's no problem with this. So when this Imam was asked, basically when this intercourse happens with a concubine, and if there's another person that sees this and hears this, is there any problem? And he says there's no problem with this. La bas. So pornography is invented by the Imams. So this is another immorality from them. And so we also, let's find another one for them, just for them. Generally, they like to talk about breastfeeding, and let's present one from the Imam about breastfeeding, immorality. Now, in this narration, we find this reliable narration that talks about the Imams. The Shia Imam talks about a young man breastfeeding from a woman. So this is an immoral act. So when they try to talk about breastfeeding, this is another immoral act. We find the Imam talking about husband milk, the milk of a husband. And I'll show you that as well, the reference, the English as well. Got English for this one. So from the text, it's very clear that the Imam is very immoral. He invented pornography, as I've shown with the references. He talked about breastfeeding. In this narration, as you can see, there's a milk that's coming from the father, which is very, very strange. And I've also shown how someone was watching the Imam urinate, which is a lack of haya. So these are three immoral acts. So let's see what else shall I present. We also find in the narrations that women used to breastfeed goats, which is very strange. I'll attach that link as well. So here we find a woman, she breastfed a goat. And this is a Shia woman. So hopefully I pointed out a few issues. One was, let's do a quick recap. Number one was the Imam was urinating, and someone was pouring water for him, over him, and watching him. So this is immoral, this is lack of haya. So I pointed out in the first one for references. The second thing I pointed out, pornography was invented by the Imams. So you find Abu Abdullah was asked about a man who has intercourse with a slave girl from his concubines. So someone has intercourse. And then the question was asked, and with him in the house is someone who sees and hears this. And the Imam said there's no problem with this. So this is pornography. Someone else is watching someone else have intercourse. And then I also talked about breastfeeding from the Imams. So hopefully that's clear. Al-Haq, do you have any questions? We can close the room now. Just wanted to make a small room about this. No problem. I'll close down, inshallah.